Today I discuss benign prostatic hyperplasia. Benign prostatic hyperplasia typically occur in men older than 40 years. By the time they reach 60 years, 50% of men have benign prostatic hyperplasia. It affected 90% of men by 85 years of age. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, second most common cause of surgical intervention in men older than 60 years. Now we talk about what is benign prostatic hyperplasia or BPH. Benign prostatic hyperplasia is a non-cancerous. That means it is not a cancer form. Non-cancerous enlargement or hypertrophy of the prostate. It can cause some lower urinary tract infection. So, it can affect the quality of life by interfering with normal and daily activities and sleep patterns. It is the normal prostate and its enlarged prostate. In normal prostate size and urethra. In enlargement prostate, it's enlarged prostate. If the prostate is enlarged, then urethra is compressed. We talk about pathophysiology of benign prostate hyperplasia. That means how occur the BPH. What is the exact mechanism? Cause of BPH is not well understood, but testicular androgen have been implicated. Dihydrotestosterone, a metabolite of testosterone, is a critical mediator of prostatic growth. Estrogen may also play a role in cause of BPH. So, BPH generally occur when men have elevated estrogen level. That means when estrogen levels is not normal and when the prostate tissue become more sensitive to estrogen and less responsive to dihydrotestosterone. Smoking, heavy alcohol consumption, obesity, reduced activity level, hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, and Western diet are the risk factors for BPH. Alright, so what happened in BPH? Exposure of risk factors such as smoking, heavy alcohol consumption, obesity, heart disease, diabetes, Western diet, and aging process elevated the estrogen level. When the estrogen levels are elevated for a long time, what happens? Increase the sensitivity to exposure to estrogen and less responsive to dihydroestrogen. And these dihydroestrogens are the critical mediator of prostatic growth. So, it can cause the hypertrophied lobes of the prostate. That means the prostates are enlarged. So, benign prostatic hyperplasia occur. So, what happens when benign prostatic hyperplasia occur? Enlarge the prostate. So, when the prostate is enlarged, it compresses the urethra, and for this obstruct the bladder neck on urethra. When the bladder neck is obstruct, for this incomplete impeding of bladder, when the bladder is not impeding completely, it occur the glandular dilations of urethra or kidney. For this, urinary retention occur, and at end, urinary tract infections also occur for benign prostatic hyperplasia. Okay, it is the total pathophysiology of benign prostatic hyperplasia. Now we gonna discuss about signs and symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia. Before I talk in pathophysiology, when the benign prostatic hyperplasia occur, what happened on urinary tract? So the BPH may or may not lead to lower urinary tract symptom. If the symptoms occur, they may range from mild to severe. Severity of symptom increase with age, and these symptoms may be divided into two groups. One, irritative symptoms, and other are obstructive symptoms. Irritative symptoms are nocturia. That's mean frequent urinations at night. Next, dysuria. That's mean painful urination. Others are bladder pain, incontinence associated with inflammations or infection. So these all are irritative symptoms, but nocturia is often the first symptom that patient notice. Next, obstructive symptoms. Obstructive symptoms occur due to prostate enlargement. The symptoms are force of urination. That means the urination not occur smoothly. Because of in benign prostatic hyperplasia, it's block the bladder neck on urethra. So urine can't pass easily. Next, difficulty in initiating voiding and intermittency, dribbling at the end of urination. All these symptoms are due to urinary retention. Normally, the residual urine amount not more than 50 ml in adult and less than 50 to 100 ml in older adult. Ultimately, the chronic urinary retention and large residual volume can lead to azotemia and kidney failure. So, chronic urinary retention and large residual volume can cause azotemia and kidney failure. And the general symptoms are fatigue, anorexia, nausea, vomiting, and pelvic discomfort. Other disorders that produce similar symptoms include urethral stricture, prostate cancer, neurogenic bladder, and urinary bladder stone. Okay? So, it is the sign symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia. Okay, alright. Now I gonna discuss about complication. The complications of urinary obstruction are relatively uncommon in benign prostatic hyperplasia. Acute urinary retention is the complication that is manifested by sudden and painful inability to urinate. It can be leading to chronic urinary retention. It's occur due to enlargement of prostate. For this, urethra is compressed, so people can't void easily. Another complication, urinary tract infection. UTI and potentially sepsis secondary to urinary tract infection. Incomplete bladder impeding result in residual urine volume and which produce favorable environment for bacterial growth. Next, bladder stone. Bladder stone are more common in men with BPH. Calculi may develop in bladder because the alkalization of residual urine. Okay. So causes obstructive renal failure, stones formation and hematuria. So it is the complications of benign prostatic hyperplasia. It's okay.